What is going on, guys? Andrew Hayes here, back with another video, another wrestling video, the Elimination Chamber review. And as always, with these wrestling videos, I am joined by my good pal, Double Nine.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Phone fan 0599 here again. We're here to do Elimination Chamber, the review.
Yes, it was actually, I mean, overall, I liked the pay-per-view.
I thought it was very good. I liked it a lot, honestly.
But we will discuss our thoughts more in depth. The first match on the pre-show for the Cruiserweight Championship, Buddy Murphy versus Akira Tozawa. With Buddy Murphy winning, we both went with Buddy. So we both get the point there.
Hell yeah, that was a great match. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, this was a really good match. I mean, it didn't like surprise me that it was this good of a match, because I expected it to be. I mean, Akira is probably better than anybody gives him credit for, and Buddy Murphy has just been killing it lately. So I figured this would be a really good match, really fun, fast paced, high octane action. There was this one spot where like Buddy was like in a powerbomb Akira or something off the top rope or something. I don't even remember what Buddy was going for, but Akira turned it into a Hurricane Rana, which was like great.
Yeah, I also liked when he did his like finisher when like Buddy was like on the second rope and like he just catches him with that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and then what is it? Akira had him in the octopus stretch. Then Buddy Murphy turned it into the Murphy's Law, which was really good. Not really much to say about this match. I mean, all cruiserweight matches are pretty much the same. Really just good, fun opening matches. I give it a 4 out of 5.
Same here, actually.
All right. Can we save both elimination chambers till the end?
If you want to, of course.
Yeah, because just because I have the most to say about those, so I'd rather save everything at the end. All right. So the next match would be for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, the Usos versus Shane McMahon and Miz, with the Usos gaining back, again, becoming 4-time SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. We actually both went with Miz and Shane, so we both don't get the point.
Yes, unfortunately.
I actually, this is another match I really enjoyed.
Same.
I mean, Shane McMahon, I don't know what it is about if he's been training differently or whatever, but he's just been, since like teaming with the Miz, like the Rumble with the Bar and this match, he's just been really good, but really impressing me. Just especially in this match, there were a couple sequences where Shane just went like nuts, and I'm like, holy fuck! Like, what did Shane's like a 50-year-old man? He shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
But I like the way it ended was pretty neat. Miz went for the skull crushing finale. Jimmy kicked out, or Jay, I don't even know. But reverses it into like a roll up. They get the pin. Shane was on the outside because he sent one of the Usos through a table.
Yeah.
My only problem is I wish they gave Miz and Shane a little bit more time with the belts. I mean, I was really starting to really dig this team of what they were doing. I mean, I wasn't a fan of it at first because, I mean, I'll be the first one to say it. I mean, Shane shouldn't really be that prominent, and he just has been as of late. But since teaming with the Miz, I really like what they're doing. I mean, with the Bar last month at the Royal Rumble, I really liked what Miz and Shane were doing. I really enjoyed that match, and I really enjoyed this one. So I wish Miz and Shane kept the titles, because I mean, they just like won them. I mean, keep them till Mania, maybe. I mean, past that, I mean, I know they're probably going to set up Miz versus Shane at WrestleMania, which is fine. I'd rather see, honestly, at this point, I'd rather see them be a team.
Yeah, same.
And hold the titles for like SummerSlam or something. Have them fight at SummerSlam. But that is just me. I give this a 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Same. I thought it was a very good tag team match. I enjoyed that a lot. I thought both teams were great. Shane McMahon has, like you said, I pretty much agree with you, has been really impressing me lately. And he was great in this matchup. Same goes with Miz, and same goes with the Usos. I very much enjoyed this. I would also give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, like, my only problem with, like, not like the match itself, but just what they're doing right now is that I wish they kept it on Miz and Shane, because I wanted to see what else they could do. I feel like their time with the belts, it just wasn't up yet. Like, they could have done a little bit more with the belts. I mean, I really don't know what they go from here. Maybe, hopefully, give it the sanity. I really don't know. Just the tag team division, I don't know. It's the same thing with Raw. Like, where do they go from there? But we will see. Next match, a handicap match for the Intercontinental title. Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush versus Finn. Finn wins the Intercontinental title. We actually both went with Finn, so we're smarter than people who thought Lashley was gonna win. Because legitimately, the reason I went with Balor, and I'm pretty sure you thought the same way, was the way that it ended was the way how I knew it was gonna end. Because why else have it be a handicap match? I mean, other than have Lio Rush interfere, but I mean, Lio Rush could have interfered and it not be a handicap match, you know? So that's why I knew. I mean, the handicap match kind of gave it away for me. I
was still scared they would pull some bullshit, but
this was a fine match. I mean, Finn really held this together, in my opinion.
Yeah, he really did, honestly.
I mean, I think the right person won, most definitely. I don't like what they did after the match. I think breaking up Lashley and Lio Rush is just a bad move. Because, not that I was starting to like Bobby Lashley, but at least with Lio Rush,
it was a lot more tolerable, at least.
A lot more tolerable, because Lio Rush just has enough personality and is good enough for the both of them. And with Lio Rush, Bobby Lashley didn't really need to do much. And he could have just stood there and was fine. And not that I was digging it or anything, but, like, Bobby Lashley became more tolerable. And, like, what is he going to do now? Like, Bobby Lashley is going to be garbage again. Like, he was, for a long time, my least favorite person on the roster. And, I mean, with Lio Rush, he wasn't my least favorite person on the roster. But now I can see with Lio Rush, not with Bobby Lashley. I can see me just really, really disliking Bobby again. I know you probably have a lot to say about this match.
Oh, so. you boy, you do. Now, as for the match itself, before I get into what happened afterwards, the match was fine. I thought it was just really, like you said, Finn really held this entire matchup together, to be honest. But other than that, you know, it was fine. But however, oh boy, it feels good to say Finn Balor's a goddamn champion again. Oh man. Oh, it was a great moment. I flipped out, obviously. You know, I'm very happy that Finn Balor is the Intercontinental Champion. I've been wanting him to be, well, I've just been wanting him to be a champion since he had to relinquish the Universal title. But you get the point. I'm happy that he is the Intercontinental title. The Intercontinental title is actually my personal favorite title. So the fact that he's holding it right now is actually pretty cool to me. So, yeah, a very ecstatic moment for myself. I love every minute of it. It was awesome. Glad to finally see he's a champion again.
Yeah. I wonder what they're gonna do with this title, because I mean,
a lot of people are saying Finn might face Dean Ambrose for the title at WrestleMania.
I don't, unless this whole Dean thing is a work, which I don't know. It could be, but I don't know. I just don't see Dean having a prominent match at Mania, because it seems like Dean is done. I know Dean was originally supposed to face EC3. He faced EC3 the last couple times, so I really don't see that happening anymore. I mean, maybe he faces EC3 Maybe he faces like Elias just turned heel again. Um, maybe he faces Elias, which I would be honestly I'd be happy with both of them. I actually really like to see Finn versus Elias. I think that'd be a really fun match.
Yeah.
Um, maybe both of them. Maybe he defends it against multiple people. Who knows? We will see. I just hope that I don't know because Dean legitimately held it for like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Then dropped it to Lashley. Lashley held it for I don't know a little over a month.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder what they're gonna do if they're gonna have him hold it till Mania, maybe hold it till Fastlane, or hold it longer. Hopefully it's a lot longer. To be
Yeah.
100% honest,
Or
like
at
I
least
rather.
until Mania, at least.
I honestly, what I would do, I would have Finn hold it, like defend it a lot, hold it till at least SummerSlam, and drop it to Elias because, like, I feel like Elias needs the Intercontinental title to
Yeah.
elevate him to the next level.
Yeah, pretty much.
What would you give this match?
I would give it a 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah, that's what I would give it, a 2.5 out of 5.
But however,
Again,
the moment afterwards is a big 5 out of 5. Okay.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. On to the next match. Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott for the Raw Women's title.
Can I even give this a grade? To be honest,
I'm not even gonna give this a grade. It was 1 minute and 40 seconds. Ronda wins, so we both get the point on that. Hooray for us!
the segment afterward was pretty cool.
Yes, that's what I primarily want to talk about. Because first of all, poor Ruby. My dear friend Ruby Riott.
The person that you made eye contact with, Burger
Yes,
Boy.
we are friends now because of that.
Yes.
But
She
Ruby
doesn't
Riott,
know it, but
yeah. But Ruby Riott, I mean, I like Ruby Riott a lot. All jokes aside, I
yeah,
think she's.
same. Honestly, she's really. I'm gonna be
shit.
honest. She's really
Hold
the
on.
only member of the Riot Squad that I really give a shit about. To be honest with you.
Yeah, and honestly, I was kind of excited for this match.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't know. I mean, I feel like you could have done something different with this match. At least have them. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. We didn't. The next match, like the match after this, we didn't need. So maybe just give this one a little bit more time. But again, like what happened after was like really cool. Becky coming down to the crutches, kind of faking it, and then beating both of them with the crutches. Like that was awesome. It was a real Stone Cold S moment. And actually, did you hear what Stone Cold like said about Becky Lynch?
Yeah, I heard about that. That was pretty cool.
Like he actually, like for those who don't know, Stone Cold, that some like he was in an interview. I don't know like what interview it was or podcast or whatever. But basically, Stone Cold said like he 100% gets the comparisons between him and Becky because he said, back in the day, before he became like Stone Cold, if you were to show him the whole entire roster and told me pick out your next breakout, your next star, your next top guy, your next superstar, he would not have been picked, and he wouldn't have picked himself. He said the same thing about Becky a couple years ago. Becky, you go, who's going to be the top guy in a couple years? Nobody would have said Becky, but they kicked down the door, they seized the opportunity, and he goes on and on about all like this stuff. Which, if I knew what it was, I would tell him. I would tell you to go check it out, but I honestly don't remember. I saw it on Twitter. I'm sure if you go on Becky Lynch's timeline, if you have Twitter or Google it, you'll find it. But I don't know exactly like where he said this. But I agree with it. It makes a lot of sense. It's cool that Stone Cold agrees. Because I know there's a lot of Becky. I've been seeing a lot of flack from Becky on Twitter. A lot of unworded saying that she's cringy. That her saying the man is cringy. She doesn't deserve the Stone Cold comparisons, which I think are false. Like honestly, Becky is my favorite person on the whole roster right now.
Yeah, I could definitely, yeah.
Becky's my number one right now, and that's saying a lot because fucking AJ Styles is on this roster, and he's my second favorite wrestler of all time.
Yeah.
So when you can do that,
it's just because she, like you said, took an opportunity, sees it, kicked down the door, made her
kicked down the door. Yeah, I honestly had a lot of
And here's
time to think.
what I don't get with wrestling fans. They've been wanting that for years with someone, and now that someone does it, and now they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and people are like, oh, she's a girl. Why is she calling herself the man? She's just calling herself like
the man is a moniker. It's not a gender thing, and she's
it's like oh, she's calling herself
so
like
many times.
Like Ric Flair. It's basically saying like how Ric Flair said to be the man you got to beat the man.
Yeah.
She's saying she's the person to beat.
Yeah,
that's all she's saying. She's saying that I'm the top guy. No one can touch me, and if you can. And if you could beat me, then you're the guy. But I'm the guy.
Yeah.
I actually thought about this quite a lot. I'm loving what Charlotte's doing right now too.
Oh, Charlotte is
Charlotte. She's playing it up so well.
And by the way, did you hear that the video of where she's replacing Becky Lynch is now the most disliked video on the WWE?
Oh yeah, I heard that. And Charlotte's been on fire on Twitter because right after she replaced Becky, because obviously everybody was upset. Everybody was upset. She was like, "Oh man, if I knew you guys were upset, like, I wouldn't have taken it. No, I'm just gonna decline the main event now." And then she goes, "Just kidding. Your opinion doesn't matter to me."
Like, she's just like, this is the Charlotte I like to see. Like, this is like,
oh yeah, and then I saw on Twitter today. She goes, "Some people have been asking me why I wasn't in the women's tag team elimination chamber. It's quite frankly, a couple people asked me and I declined because I don't want to take the spotlight from anybody. Like, why would I do that? Like, and I go, that's fantastic. Like, Charlotte's just playing it up so much. And I thought about it. I was initially upset that we weren't getting Ronda Becky one-on-one, and I still rather get Ronda versus Becky one-on-one. But I'm okay with it, and I'm actually really happy with it for a couple reasons. The first reason being Charlotte is, I would say, the top 3 women on the roster right now are Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda.
Yeah.
You get the top 3 in the main event at WrestleMania. It's all but confirmed that it's the main event of WrestleMania. Let's be 100%.
Yeah, and I'm glad that's the main event of WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, and I've been saying,
to be honest with you, it's the matchup I'm honestly most invested in towards WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, and so am I. And it's the biggest story. It's the hottest story right now.
Yeah.
And they've been building it up forever.
Yeah.
And I would say even when Becky turned heel against Charlotte at SummerSlam, like that's when the build started. So it's been at least a half a year now they've been building towards this.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then they got Ronda involved at Survivor Series. But okay, so you have the 3 best women on the roster, and what is like, I'm 99% sure this is going to be the main event of WrestleMania.
I'm 100%.
Which honestly, I've been
100% sure this is going to be the main event.
Yeah, and honestly, I've been saying ever since last year that sooner or later, or I've been saying it for a while. I go, sooner or later, the women are going to main event WrestleMania.
It's just they needed to find. I think they just needed to find the right match to do it.
Yes, and once Ronda, and I think once Ronda came in, and I said this after Ronda's match, I go, once Ronda came in and blew everybody away. Like who thought Ronda was going to be this good? Like legitimately, nobody thought Ronda was going to be this good.
Yeah,
we thought she was just gonna. No, I don't think she was going to be bad, but I thought she wasn't going to be as good. I'm going to be 100% honest. And honestly, Ronda is only getting better.
Yeah.
And Charlotte is great, and Becky's great. And but I said after Ronda's match, I go, the main event of next year's WrestleMania will be Charlotte versus Ronda for the Raw Women's title. Obviously, shit happens. And now, the whole Becky stuff happened. And we didn't get Becky versus Ronda at Survivor Series like everybody wanted. So now Becky's in the plans. But still, like, I'd rather Becky needs to be in this match, and these are the three people that need to be in this match, and so I'm okay with it because again, Charlotte, you got the three best women on the roster, on the planet, in my opinion. Another reason why I'm very okay with it is because Ronda's a face, Becky's sort of a face / tweener.
Yeah.
Not saying it wouldn't be interesting because I think it would be interesting because it's Becky Lynch and Ronda. They're not friends, so it's not like we're pals. The story's most certainly there, but again, Charlotte adds another intrigue to it. She adds another layer to the story, to the match. And quite frankly, I thought about this. What would they have Charlotte do other than this triple threat? Have her face Asuka again and beat Asuka? Because I've been hearing people say, they're gonna have the 4 horsewomen stand tall. No, they're not. The plan was always after Survivor Series. The plan was always gonna be the triple threat. To be honest. But who wants to see Charlotte beat Asuka for the second WrestleMania in a row?
Not really me, to be honest.
I'd be okay with it if Asuka beat Charlotte last year.
Yeah.
But Charlotte beat Asuka, which I'm fine with. I mean, honestly, anybody, yes, and she did kind of go downhill from there. But I'd rather it be Charlotte to beat her than, I don't know, who, Carmella?
Yeah.
Because Carmella did still have the Money in the Bank briefcase at the time and did cash in later that Tuesday night. So, I think that that it just adds another intrigue to the story. It adds to the story. And 3, it just adds more drawing power, more mystique to the match. Not saying that Ronda versus Becky couldn't do that, but it just makes it that much more special. So that's why I'm okay with it. I'd rather see Becky versus Charlotte, or Becky versus Ronda, 1-on-1.
Yeah.
But I know it's going to be a great match. This triple threat, it's going to be a great match. And honestly, I'm so hyped for it. I'm so excited. That's probably my most anticipated match at Mania.
It is. It's going to be for me, easily.
And I mean, WWE has done some really stupid things in the past. But I think they are smart enough to know when not to be stupid sometimes. Not having Becky win would be stupid.
Yeah.
And I think they know that. So, and I'd be okay with it as long as Becky wins, which I'm praying that Becky wins. I mean, again, you never know. I like to hope that they're smart enough to have Becky win. But I think Becky's going to win at Mania. So, as long as Becky wins, I'm fine. Becky deserves the moment more than anybody.
Yeah.
Especially in the main event. I wouldn't be okay with this if Charlotte won. And I'm going to say that right now. If Charlotte wins this triple threat, I will not be okay with it. Or even if Ronda, the right person and the only person to win in my eyes is Becky. So yeah. I'm not even going to grade this Raw Women's title match.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a match. It was a squash match. So, I mean, next match. No disqualification match. Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin getting the victory.
Time.
Want to know what's funny? They announced it the next day that it was going to be a no disqualification match. The day after our predictions, I go, if I knew that, I would have went with Corbin. I'm going to be 100% honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel like you take out the next 2 matches, put in Asuka versus whoever, I don't even give a fuck. Or put in fucking R-Truth versus Nakamura versus Rusev in a triple threat.
Yeah.
or put the Revival versus Gable and Roode on for fucking 20 minutes. Or something stupid like that.
This bored the hell out of me.
Like the Ronda match we could have went without, and this match we could have went without. And I feel like it could have take both those out, put one match, give it time, like fucking again, like Gable and Roode versus the Revival in a rematch. Like that would have been a good match. Or fucking R-Truth versus Rusev versus Nakamura. Or fucking Oscar versus, I don't know, somebody. I mean, the moment at the end was kind of cool, but I mean, this match was terrible. I was bored. This did nothing for me. We both went with Strowman. We both don't get the point. I give this a 1 star. I have nothing to say.
Yeah, 1 out of 5. This
my next question before, well, okay, I'll save it till after we do the women's elimination chamber.
Okay.
Before I ask my question. All right, so the women's elimination chamber for the inaugural women's tag team championship. You have in this match the Boston Hug Connection, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, the Riot Squad, the Iconics, and Naomi and Carmella, and Nia Jax and Tamina. Now, when I am wrong, I will admit it. I thought this match was going to be garbage. I really did. I mean, nothing against the women, but the last tag team elimination chamber match was a disaster.
I even said this. This is why I was so worried, because the last tag team elimination chamber match was a clusterfuck.
It was a clusterfuck, and not a lot of these women have they're not like they're not the most experienced. And Nia and Tamina being in this match really worried me. A lot. Because they're like the 2 worst women on the roster. I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm sure they're lovely people, but I'm just
wrestling-wise, it's just...
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. I didn't think it was going to be as good, but this surprised the hell out of me.
This was a great match, to be honest.
Yeah, this was, other than, I mean... and we'll get to the men's elimination chamber, but other than that match, this was probably this is probably my second favorite match of the night.
Oh yeah, same.
What I loved about this match, and what I think they did, whoever booked it did wonderfully, was that I feel like each women and each team had their moment, had a chance to shine. They all looked good. I don't think one person looked like bad coming out of this match. No person like stock got ruined. I feel like everybody got elevated. Like their stock went up because of this match. And before I continue, the Boston Hug Connection, Bayley and Sasha did win. We went with Nia Jax and Tamina. Thank God that Nia and Tamina won, because I'm going to be honest, I love the Iconics, and as much as they were the people I were rooting for, probably the most deserving is Bayley and Sasha, because they're the most experienced. They're probably the 2 best in that match. I would say, other than Asuka, Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda, those are the 2 best. So, like, they had to have won it. And the year that they had last year, it was terrible, and they went through a lot. They deserved it the most, in my opinion. Like I said, as much as I love the Iconics, their time just isn't right now.
Yeah.
But, so we don't get the point for that. We also had a chance for an extra point, which we also don't get. We tried to predict the elimination order. Because ours was different. I'll do mine first, obviously. I went with the Riot Squad being first, then the Iconics, then Naomi and Carmella, then Rose and Deville, then Bayley and Sasha. And obviously, Nia Jax and Tamina winning. That's obviously not right. And you went very similar to mine. Riot Squad, then Naomi and Carmella, then the Iconics, then Rose and Deville, then Bayley and Sasha, also with Jax and Tamina winning. We were at least very similar, but this is the actual elimination order. Naomi and Carmella
were eliminated first.
Were eliminated first, then the Iconics, then the Riot Squad, then Nia Jax and Tamina, then Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose.
Yes.
So I actually thought this was great. I loved it. I mean, the team that I cared about the least going into the match was Naomi and Carmella, and for the simple fact is, it just felt like they were just thrown together.
Yeah.
All the other teams have been together for a while. I mean, again, like Bayley and Sasha, they've been doing shit for like the past year.
Yeah.
They've been teaming together. Rose and Deville have been teaming together since last year. The Riot Squad have been teaming together since last year. The Iconics have been teaming together since they were on NXT. And Nax and Tamina were teaming last year too. So like Naomi and Carmella was the only team that was like thrown together.
Yeah.
So some big like highlights of this match. Or big positives, I should say. I mean, obviously, Bayley and Sasha looked great. They won. They started bell to bell. Also, Sonya and Mandy, they started the match too. Also, kind of technically went bell to bell.
Yeah.
They didn't win, but they started the match and they ended the match. They ended the match losing. But I thought they looked really good.
Yeah. They did.
Someone who surprised the hell out of me in this match, and not saying because I thought they were good. I think that they're good. But the Riot Squad looked like really, really good in this.
Oh,
like, especially like Liv Morgan just impressed the hell out of me. Same with Sarah Logan. They came in and they just when they came in, I just was very impressed. With what they were doing. Like Jackson Tamina, I mean, they were sloppy as expected, but they weren't. They could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
They didn't. I feel like they were the last one to enter. Like I think both of us predicted they would be the last people to enter.
Yeah.
But I feel like they didn't stay in the match too long. They did their stuff and they got out. Same thing with Naomi and Carmella. They did their shit and they got out.
Yeah.
Now, who I thought looked the best, and maybe sounding biased, but I'm telling you I'm not. The Iconics looked fantastic in this match.
And then was elimination.
Yeah, okay, so like, yes, they were the second ones gone, but I feel like they had a lot of great moments in this match, and they got an elimination, and they impressed, the way they were wrestling impressed the hell out of me. I mean, I think they're good wrestlers? Yes, but sometimes, they're not the most experienced. They could be sloppy sometimes. They could be just not just sloppy, like I said, but they very good. A lot of great shit. The one fucking thing that impressed the fuck out of me was that elimination where Billy had Naomi rolled up and then Payne just does a flip and helps her out, and I go, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
The Riot Squad did the double crossbody off the pod. Like, that was cool. Seeing Nia Jax go through the pod was fucking awesome.
Oh, dude, that looked brutal as hell. Like, she went through that thing.
Oh, yeah, and she sold that, like, fantastically.
Like she looked legit dead when she fucking went into it.
Yeah, and then, like Sonya spearing Bailey into the pod was great. I'm trying to think of their. Oh, and then that backstabber into the Bailey to belly was like great, and then that modified bank statement was like cool looking.
Yeah.
And a great way to end the match. I give this a 4 out of 5. Like I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, same here. 4 out of 5.
Like again, there was not one person that looked like terrible in this match. Everybody did really good.
Yeah.
And that includes Nia Jax and Tamina. Like this is the best I've ever seen both of them.
Yeah, everybody brought their A game to this matchup. I feel like everybody knew they had to bring their A game for this matchup, but they didn't.
Mm-hmm. And history was made, and like I really enjoyed this match. Like my thing is, because I know we both went with Nia Jax and Tamina because we thought that they're gonna give it to Bayley and Sasha at Mania. Who do Bayley and Sasha face now? Because I feel like the titles have to be on the line at Mania. Like they just need to be.
Yeah.
Who? Because Bayley and Sasha are gonna hold it to Mania.
And the great words of Snoop Dogg. Who?
Yeah. Who are they gonna face? Are they gonna face someone from NXT? I saw somebody. Oh, maybe Trish and Lita come back, but I really don't see Trish and Lita come back. Maybe they do. I could be wrong. I don't know. I think it'd be cool.
We've been wrong before.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see Trish and Lita versus Sasha and Bayley, but yeah. I'm wondering, like, who do they face? Someone in this match, like the Riot Squad or somebody, or Nia Jackson? Maybe they do face Nia Jackson and Tamina anyway. Who knows?
Yeah.
Let me just see. Oh yeah. Okay. The final match of the evening, which is my match of the night.
Same here.
The second Elimination Chamber, the main event for the WWE Championship.
I'm going to just say this right now. This has the greatest final two I've ever seen in an Elimination Chamber match.
I agree so much. While it's not perfect, and I'll explain why, because there was a couple things that I didn't agree with.
Yeah.
And I know you don't agree with something as well. Yes. And we agree on that, and I can tell you how you could completely fix that because I came up with that. But before we get to it, I'll tell you the elimination order again. Again, ours are very similar.
Yeah,
very similar elimination orders. And I don't know why. I'm watching the match, and I go, I totally should have fucking changed it. But it doesn't really fucking matter. But my elimination order was Hardy, Orton, Kingston, Joe, Styles, with Daniel Bryan winning. Yours was Hardy, Orton, Joe, Kingston, Styles, Daniel Bryan winning. So again, all we had to do was change Kofi Kingston and Samoa Joe.
Literally.
But this is the actual elimination order. Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, Daniel Bryan winning. So we don't get the elimination order correct, but we do get the winner correct.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to start off with the negative first. I know we usually start off with the positive, but I'd rather much talk about the positive because this was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And I feel like because there are times where I see a match initially and I don't think it's a 5-star match, or I don't like. I'll probably end up loving this as time goes on, and I would not be surprised if this is on my year-end list.
Yeah, same.
But, let's start with the negative first.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I know people complaining, "Oh, why was Joe out first?" I thought Joe looked pretty good.
Same.
I mean, obviously, it would have been cool if he wasn't in this, if he was in it just a little bit longer. But I kind of understand why. You needed, because Randy Orton eliminated Styles. You needed that because they're probably going to be facing each other at Mania.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally, honestly, no offense, but I would have had Hardy go off first because of Joe, and then have Joe go.
Yeah.
But again, Samoa Joe going up first, not the worst thing in the world. Not something I necessarily agree with, but not the worst thing in the world. Something I really don't agree with was I feel like, well, Jeff had like a really cool spot. Like
Why
where
the
he
fuck
was.
did he not eliminate Styles afterwards?
No, not even that. Yes, like that would have been cool, but I can understand why they didn't have him eliminate Styles because they needed Randy to eliminate
Yeah,
Styles.
I get that, but like.
But that was a cool spot. Like, so like that was an awesome spot. Like I
Yeah,
literally
he's
saw
literally like Styles is literally like on top of the fucking top rope, and he does like a swanton off of the
and he hits it like perfectly, and I go, how's that possible?
Like, how did that look so perfect?
But like, okay, and then he gets hit with the run, and he gets eliminated. But like, he wasn't in the match all that long.
Yeah, and he was like the second to last guy to be out there.
I feel like, okay, so what I think they should have done, in my opinion, have Joe come out 5th.
Yeah.
Have Joe eliminate Hardy, and then have Joe go.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, and not even saying, oh, that like, this could have went on for a little bit longer. I wouldn't have given a fuck.
Yeah.
I would say at least wait until Randy came out. Then have Hardy do the spot. Then have Joe eliminate Hardy. Then have Joe in it for like a little bit longer. And then he could do the spot with the because there was a spot where he had Trophy in the
Clutch.
Coquina clutch. Thank you. And I thought like what would have been cool is if Kofi rolled him up.
Yeah.
Like that's what they should have done, but they didn't. They had him roll him up. Like he did the thing, but Joe kicked out. Still had him, and then Kofi kind of stunned him, and then he got hit with the phenomenal forearm, which was cool, and then he got eliminated. I would have preferred Kofi eliminating him with that roll up because I thought that would have been cool. So then they do that, and then have everything else as same because everything past Hardy getting eliminated was perfect.
Yeah.
So like again, everybody had their moment to shine. I felt like nobody looked terrible, to say. Not as I mean, it's not like okay, so like Joe didn't look the best. Hardy looked fine. But like at least Hardy had a really cool moment. Joe lasted a while. Did a couple things. But yeah, like I mean, Styles looked really good. Orton looked really good. Kofi looked fucking fantastic, and obviously Daniel Bryan looked good. Another really cool spot. AJ's going for the phenomenal forearm again, and Randy catches him.
Yes.
And then does the RKO, which I thought was cool. It was different because obviously you would expect him launching himself and then the RKO, but Randy literally catches him. Yeah. And he just hung him on the rope and then does the RKO. I thought that was like really cool.
Yeah, literally like catches him, but just keeps him on the rope and does the RKO.
Yeah, like I thought like that was really cool.
By the way, can I just say having Kofi be the one that eliminates Orton was so satisfying.
Oh yeah. Imagine I saw something on Twitter. I don't know if you saw it. But like imagine because you remember what is it, 2008, 2009, where Orton RKO'd him and he was like, stupid, you're stupid, and freaking the fuck out. How fucking badass would it be if he hit him with the Trouble in Paradise and then just goes, you're stupid, like starts screaming at him? I mean, obviously, I think Kofi's a little bit more professional than that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no, did you see Big E's tweet when he like afterwards when he did the like got him eliminated? Like he tweeted the thing about like the whole stupid thing.
Yeah, what did he say?
Like he put like stupid and he put the gif of when Orton was like saying it to Kofi.
Yeah, that was a nice moment. But then the last 12 minutes of this match? Holy,
the most intense 12 minutes of my fucking life.
And I'm gonna be honest, I always knew Daniel Bryan was gonna win. But you know, they have something special going on when I am convinced that something is going to happen, like Daniel Bryan winning. Like, and I'm like, sure, like I would have bet on it. Bet like all my money on it.
Bro, there were times where I would
and I'm like, holy shit, Kofi's gonna fucking do it.
Dude, there were legit times where I was like, Kofi's actually gonna fucking do this, isn't he?
There was one moment that pissed me off during those 12 minutes, though. Wasn't Kofi or Daniel Bryan's fault. It was when Kofi hit the Trouble in Paradise 1, 2, 3, and then Daniel Bryan goes to roll him up. I legit thought that was it. But fucking stupid fuck Kevin Dunn decides to cut the fucking camera to the crowd as soon as the fucking count starts to happen. Like, how fucking stupid are you to be? That could have been the end of the fucking match. Even if it wasn't the end of the fucking match, that was a pretty big fucking moment, and you fucking ruined it. Fuck you, you fucking beaver.
You beaver.
But yeah, no, and then
I'm sorry.
What happened?
You fucking beaver.
He looks like a fucking beaver. Have you ever seen a picture of Kevin Dunn?
I've seen a picture of him in my notes.
Yeah, he looks like a fucking beaver. Fucking ugly fuck.
Oh, Jesus.
But Kofi kicking out of the running knee was awesome. Like a great moment. Him getting out of the lapel lock was great. I mean, Kofi looked like $1 million. And
Dude,
I knew
Kofi is the man, okay?
And I will say this. I don't know what they have planned for Daniel Bryan. I really don't. I mean, one of my friends told me maybe he faces Bray Wyatt at Mania. Who knows? I really don't know. But I feel wholeheartedly at Mania, because this is what everybody wants, and I don't know if they're going to go with this. I wouldn't doubt if they didn't go with this. But at Mania, we need Kofi versus Daniel Bryan in a one-on-one match. Give him 20 fucking minutes. And have Kofi fucking win.
Kofi wins.
It has to happen now. Kofi, just the week Kofi had was amazing. Him in the Gauntlet match, he got so fucking over. Did you hear the crowd response? People fucking love Daniel Bryan. And they were actively cheering against them because they wanted Kofi Kingston to win. Kofi Kingston deserves it. Did you hear the crowd last night? If you heard the crowd, tell me not. He deserves that WrestleMania moment. I don't really trust him enough to give that moment to him to have that match. But he deserves it, and I want that. And again, it's not like I really don't see anybody else. Like I said, maybe Bray Wyatt. But what are they doing with Bray Wyatt? We don't know. Because I'm going to be honest, Almas isn't ready yet. I love Almas, but he needs a United States title run. I think Mustafa needs a United States title run. So it's got to be Kofi. It's got to be.
This is the best I've seen Kofi since fucking 2009.
Yeah, and he hasn't been this over since 2009.
Legit, the crowd is with them now.
Yeah, so just give it to fucking Kofi. I mean, I really don't see anybody else facing Daniel Bryan. I mean, again, I don't know what they got planned. I really haven't heard anything like what they're gonna do with the title.
I've heard nothing of what they're gonna do with Daniel Bryan yet.
Because honestly, the original plan was Styles versus Bryan at Mania, but they obviously did that a lot earlier than expected. But again, I think now it has to be Daniel versus Kofi, especially because the New Day are everything Daniel Bryan is against.
Yeah.
They're like the anti-Daniel Bryan now. So it would be perfect. It's almost too perfect, though, because I don't know if they're going to go with it. I don't know. I don't trust them enough to go with it. If they do...
well, you know what? We're just...
yeah. I give this match a 4.5 out of 5 stars.
This is I would give it... This is so close to a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, this is so close to a 5 out of 5. There's again a couple of things that I just wish they did differently.
But this is could be like a top tier favorite in terms of chamber matches for me.
Oh
that for that final two alone, to be honest.
Yeah. And that final two makes me want to see like a 20-minute Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston match.
Yes.
But anyway, that's it.
Overall, this was a very good pay-per-view.
Again, yeah, we still have another pay-per-view before Mania, Fastlane. So I wonder what they're going to do with that. It's going to be interesting. I'm very excited for Mania. I mean, I was always very excited because for those who don't know, I'm going to both TakeOver New York and Mania. It's been like a dream of mine to go to Mania. And with how things are kind of shaping up and how I kind of hope they happen, I'm very excited for Mania.
Mm-hmm.
So, and wrestling's really good right now.
Good time to be a wrestling fan. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah. Oh, I will announce we will be returning with the top 5 videos. Not next month or this month. We will start again at Mania season. I won't announce what it is until Fastlane, our Fastlane review. I just thought I'd say for those who are like, you said you were gonna do these every month. I lied. I'm sorry about that. But kind of forgot about them. Not gonna lie. But they will return at Mania. I think the topic that we have is pretty great, honestly. Mm-hmm. And I know you were definitely really on board with it. I know I'm on board. I can't wait to get my list going. I'm gonna start soon because it's gonna be. I gotta watch a lot of matches for this list. But again, we will save that to reveal what it is next month. So you gotta look forward to that. Have anything else to say before I end this broadcast?
If I give this pay-per-view a rating, I would give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, the thing that really like elevates this are both the chamber matches. And that's what they'll be remembered for. These will be remembered especially if Kofi wins at Mania. This will be the moment Kofi remembered as the day that Kofi got over.
Yes.
And the day that
I wonder, because this was Mustafa Ali's position at first, so I wonder how things would have been.
I don't know. I really don't. As much as I'd like to think that this would have been Mustafa's spot, I don't think this would have been Mustafa's spot because, like I said, I think, and I agree, Mustafa needs like a U.S. title run before he goes for the world title.
Yeah.
He needs at least one U.S. title run, one like good U.S. title run, before he can go after the world championship. So I don't know. Maybe I think that he probably would have done the gauntlet, but I just don't think that he would have done what Kingston did. I think what they did was they heard the response from Kingston on Tuesday and like the whole week, so they changed it. So again, where can people find you?
You can find me on my YouTube channel, FilmFango599. And yeah, thanks again for having me, Andrew, for the Elimination Chamber review.
No problem. You can comment, like, subscribe, do all that kind of fun stuff. Until next time, guys. Holler! If you hear me.
Oh, yeah.